In the rush of the 21st century, it is not difficult to find and purchase pretty much anything you could desire simply by going to a supermarket. In fact, this is just how most of us shop every day. The concept of a store that has everything you might need is an ideal in the world we live in, and wholesale giants like Walmart are the go-to place of today. However, this creates a problem. Growing up in Serbia, we have a lot of fond memories of the small local shops we used to visit. The people working there were happy to see us, always having a joke or two to tell. Going shopping was more about the experience than the product you were buying, but in the world we live in, mom and pop shops are almost extinct because of large chains of supermarkets that spring up, offering everything except the hospitality that makes shopping an enjoyable activity. There seems to be a sense of distance from the employees in supermarkets, like a bubble, that makes shopping a mere chore rather than something to look forward to. After visiting a few of the surviving family shops, we are happy to say that we have encountered the same warmness that we had felt as children. The shopkeepers were nice enough to let us see how they make their products, shared their secrets of how to make a perfect candy, soda, pie, or a perfume. Of all the stores that we had had the chance to explore, not even one refused to share the family history and unique tales of survival during hard times. Hearing how the shops managed to survive, with almost movie-like stories of wartime struggle, love, passion, and dedication, made us think of our own potential in keeping these shops visited and appreciated. The craft skill is not easy to develop, and you could love and be ready to work both during the times of struggle and prosperity almost equally. The problems their shops encounter during the war times and changing political regimes include the change of location, closing, borrowing money to keep the business in secret, deciding to direct their production to some other way, collaborating with competitive shops of the same or similar craft. On the other hand, the experiences of visiting such places brought almost childlike joy to us, but also to the owners as they remembered how they used to learn the trade from their late loved ones. All of the shopkeepers that we met shared the same tenacity in keeping their business alive, all of them telling stories from their childhood when they used to dream of getting the keys to mind the shops themselves. The second and third generation in the families run the business, tell the tale of their grandparents and the opening of the stores dating even to the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. We were surprised to see that not many of them appear angry due to the rise of competition with the opening of the so-called big box shops because of the toll it takes on their income. But for the most part, their faces were sad or disappointed when talking about this. Nonetheless, it did not prevent them from offering us hospitality, smiling faces, and a pleasant atmosphere. We had a great time hearing the stories, experiencing ourselves the buying of handmade products, with the echoes of our childhood resounding in our heads. The shop, which was especially fun to visit, is a candy store in Belgrade, where they even let us try candy that was not for sale but made for the family to enjoy. Our own families, hearing about these shops, wanted to share our experience, see with their own eyes that such businesses still exist, refusing to give in to time and competition. However, shops like the ones we had visited seem to be more and more difficult to find, as many of them don't have any kind of advertisements, online sites, but rely solely on the word of mouth, similarly to the time of their opening prior to the Second World War. Not even statistics are on their side. Namely, local candy shops were abundant in Belgrade 30 years ago, almost on every street. But the number of candy makers has fallen to merely a dozen due to the popularization of factory-made candy. Some other specialized trades, such as perfume making, have been reduced to a single shop in the entire country. Sadly, with the closing of shops like these, many memories, stories, and jokes die out. But we are delighted to hear that the younger generations are eager to pick up from where their parents and grandparents had left off in their shops, meaning that maybe someday our children will be happy to go fetch the groceries rather than see shopping as a boring obligation. It's all up to you.